what's going on? It's your boy Jared Glant here on Young Hustlers. It's noon East Coast Standard Time, Grant Cardone TV. This is the place you come to get your hustle right, to get it tight, to keep it young, keep it strong, keep it long. Come on, man. So look, every Thursday we do this show so you can come get your game on a little bit, right? So what can you do to get out and get more of the things that you want in life, to get more income, more confidence, more satisfaction, more freedom, more choices? Dude, just live a better life. That's what we're all about here, and that's what this show is all about. And today, we got a great topic for you. This is a sales show. We talk about sales every week, and this week we are talking about your sales pipeline, right? Your sales pipeline. So we're talking about like what can you do to blow your pipeline up? How do you know if it's broken, right? What are the effects of a strong pipeline? What happens when you have a weak pipeline? What do you do if you have a broken pipeline and you need to fix it like today? And so, you know, as a salesperson, a pipeline can do a lot of things for you, mainly pay you, right? And, you know, like Robert just said, give you options. So I want to go over some things that you can do to identify right now if you're in a position where you're like, man, my pipeline is broke, not getting any deals, not getting any love, and I need to fix it. Got some bills to pay, need to get some new sneakers, need to get a watch, need to get a house, need to start putting money away to invest, right? So look, before we get rolling here, I just want to let you know you can call into the show with your questions. Love to chat with you, 305-865-8668. I do want to let you know that we only have 39 spots remaining for the sales boot camp. Friday, the price is going up. Early bird pricing is ending. We still have a couple rooms left that will be included with your ticket. So Grant Cardone Boot Camp, if you go there, grantcardonebootcamp.com, it's a 3-day event designed to help you with your pipeline, designed to help you with your pitch, and designed to help you close more deals. And so we're going to spend 3 days with you. GC is going to be there. I'm going to be there. Vic Antonio is going to be there. And we're going to be digging into the process. We're going to be helping you figure out those missed opportunities, that low-hanging fruit, all at the beautiful 5-star Turnberry Isle Resort. So love to have you there. Going to be really close and intimate setting. And so we look forward to seeing you guys down there. Again, grantcardonebootcamp.com. It's on sale for $39.95 right now. Still get your room included with that until Friday. And then the price is going up $500 because we're just running out of seats. So check that out. Make sure you do. And let's just drop into the show here, all right? So look, what does your pipeline represent to you? What does your pipeline represent to you as a salesperson? What does it represent to you as a business owner? What does it represent to you like as a person? Like what type of things are gonna fall into your pipeline? And so for sales, I mean, a pipeline represents number one, income, right? The size of your pipeline, the amount of prospects you have in that pipeline are ultimately going to determine how much income you make. And if you have an abundant pipeline, if you have a pipeline that's working and things are happening in there and you're constantly putting new deals in and you're constantly extracting the business that's in your pipeline, you're going to see increases in income. Now, this is ultimately going to lead to more security with you. Now, if you're a salesperson, it gives you more security in the role that you're in. If you are a business owner, it's going to give you more security in your business. As a salesperson, it's going to give you more confidence because like you've got abundance surrounding you, right? So it represents health of your business. It represents that you're doing the right things, right? It represents the choices that you can make. You know, if you have an abundant pipeline, you can make choices differently. You can respond differently. You can start being more selective with the customers you choose. I mean, imagine if you really could get in a position where you could choose the customers that you do want to do business with and the ones you don't want to do business with. I can tell you, like, when I first started working with Grant and as a company, like not just me as a salesperson, but as a company, my perspective on deals was very different, right? Because we were getting a new thing started. And so that meant like, I was like really like hanging on to things and like every deal mattered and every customer mattered, even the crazy ones. And so like I was going after and I was chasing all of this stuff all the time and it would like, I had all these emotions that would go along with it, you know, it was such a roller coaster. And now we're in a position where we can say, hey, we don't want to do that kind of business. We don't want to be involved in that industry. We don't want to be involved over here. And because we've built a sufficient pipeline, we have the freedom to do that. And we have the choice and the ability to be able to do that. So if you want some of that, dude, you got to fix your pipeline, man. You got to get your pipeline fixed so that you can actually go out and be like, I want to do business with these types of people. I don't want to do business with these types of people. If somebody's a complete asshole, I want to be able to be like, you know what? I don't want you as a customer. You're being fired as a prospect from my pipeline. But if your pipeline's small, if it's anemic, if it's skinny, if it's frail and brittle, you cannot do that. And so you end up a prisoner to everything that's hung up in this pipeline, and you start acting like it. And that's where you really start getting into trouble. And so we'll get into that later. So the two most important things that a sales pipeline must have, it must have quantity first, and then it has to have quality. Those are two things that you're going to get in your pipeline. First, you have to get quantity. You got to blow a pipeline up, and then you have to start looking for the quality. And a lot of people get this flipped. First, they go for quality, and then they go for quantity. But it's really hard if you are so narrow with your thinking that you're not getting enough people into the top end of the funnel so that you can bring them down and ultimately make them a customer. And so I want to talk a little bit about what those two things mean for you, not just in your sales pipeline, but in your personal life pipeline, with your friends, with your relationships, with your money, with your spiritual life, with your health, everything, right? So pipeline can represent a lot of different things. And so when we get back from the break, I'm going to drop in and I'm going to cover those few things, and we'll be right back.
Who is Dealer eProcess? Their support is kick-ass. With a service-first culture, their team of experts live and breathe websites and digital marketing. With the most outstanding leadership team, they've worked on the retail floor. They know how to take the guesswork out of your digital strategy. They offer websites, chat, appraisal tools, digital marketing. Their goal is to present a full turnkey solution to your dealership. They develop their technology using the best research and trends, and they know how to convert traffic into leads. As always, their goal is to give the customer the quickest, easiest car buying experience possible, and they help dealerships dominate the market. You will find no one else in the automotive industry with their experience. It cannot be matched. Dealer eProcess is not your typical vendor. They are your partner. Lifestyle, health and wellness, energy, and wealth creation. The heart of an entrepreneur and someone looking for financial freedom. LifeVantage offers an amazing opportunity, amazing technology, and an amazing team. Sammy and Lauren REBSTOCK are looking for 10Xers to join their team, where top earners can earn 6 figures per month. Success is determined by your drive, goal, being a team player, and work ethic. We facilitate the tools, and together we facilitate your success. With LifeVantage's technology, Sammy and Lauren will ensure your success is guaranteed. Sign up now at livewellenterprises.lifevantage.com. That's livewellenterprises.lifevantage.com. Franchising is listed by Grant Cardone as one of the ways to become a millionaire. Let the experts at Fran Finders be with you every step of the way as your partner finding, buying, selling, and promoting franchises. With over 10 years experience, Fran Finders is the company to help get set up with franchising, to help you get set up with owning your own franchise and finding a franchise that's right for you. Visit franfinders.com. That's franfinders.com to get started with your search today.
Hey, what's going on? We're back. This is Young Hustlers, and we're talking about your sales pipeline and how to figure out if you are broke, if you're broken in the pipeline, and ultimately what you can do to fix it. So this is a show every Thursday at noon, East Coast Standard Time. We're on Grant Cardone TV. We're on iTunes. We're on Stitcher. We got podcasts. We all over everywhere, right? And we bring this show to you so that you can get some tips that you can hopefully take and use immediately today. We don't charge anything for this. It's something we do to help you out. Because we're committed to helping you get more of the things that you want in life. So we're talking about your sales pipeline being broke, and part of that is understanding two main critical components, two main ingredients that you must have for your pipeline to be healthy. You have to have quality and you have to have quantity. Before the break, I was talking about how these things can kind of materialize, and number one, in your pipeline, quantity of prospects is first and foremost the most important thing. And here's why. Because if you are only looking for the perfect customer, what's going to end up happening is you're going to miss a lot of people who could have been the right customer, but maybe just didn't look like it on the front end of it. And what I mean by that, I'll use an example. So my personal life, from the time I was like maybe 24 until maybe 23 until 20, really, 28, I guess. I don't know when I met Sandy. I guess 3 years ago, 5 years ago, I don't know. Dude, I was single for a long time because I got in my head, I started like figuring out what I wanted. And then I was like, dude, this is the type of girl that I want. And I got so locked in on that I maybe missed a lot of relationships that I could have had. But I was super locked in on what I wanted. And it wasn't until I was like, okay, hey, you're getting to be like close to 30 now. You need to like figure out something because whatever you're doing ain't working. And so I kind of opened the net a little bit and got some different, things working. And then all of a sudden I found the right thing, right? Because I had thrown a bigger net. I'd cast a bigger net out. And so I would just encourage you in a sales capacity, like, don't get focused on the perfect customer every single time. You won't know sometimes who the perfect customer could be. On the right. And ultimately what that customer could be worth to you. I'm just trying to get into Facebook so I can see the comments here. I'm having internet issues. Thanks. A shout out to the shares real quick. Casey Labbit, Brian Stanek, Zach Solig, Bart Leonidas, Luisito Luna. Love it. Love you guys sharing the stream here. So sales pipeline, you got to have that thing abundant. It's got to be affluent with prospects. You got to have a lot of things working in there. And then once you get a lot of people working in, you can start kind of filtering things down and finding the quality people. Now, how do you tell ultimately if your pipeline's broken? The number one indicator you have that your pipeline's broken is that you feel rejection. So a lot of people are like, hey, what do I do if I experience rejection? How do I handle rejection? Dude, if you had a pipeline that was so full that like losing a customer would actually make your life like easier because you could bring somebody, like you had people knocking on the door. It's like when they release a new shoe or a new toy and demand is or new iPhone, right? And demand is so high for them that they sell out. And people are like, people are selling their iPhones for 3 or 4 or 5 times what they paid for them, a pair of sneakers, whatever. Like the demand is so big because the amount of prospects that are in the pipeline for that one product is massive. So like if you feel loss or rejection, it's because your pipeline's broken. It's because you don't have enough demand in your world, in your universe to fill in that void. So that's the number one indicator is rejection. Number 2, your pipeline is broken if you are desperate to get deals. Like if you have desperation on the call, if you have desperation in your voice, if you feel desperate to get deals, your pipeline is definitely broken. And worst of all, the customer's actually gonna be able to pick up on this. So when you're desperate to get deals, I'm sure you guys have heard of like commission breath before, where you talk to somebody and you're like, they 100% are not listening to my problem. They are not listening to my issue. The only thing that they are interested in is trying to sell something so they can make a buck. That's called commission breath, right? And so typically when people get desperate, they're trying to force things to happen. And so that will lead you to your next indicator that your pipeline is broken, and that is wish-a-deals. We call them wish-a-deals because it's a deal you wish and hope and pray is gonna happen, but there ain't no way on this planet that it's a real deal. Now, this means that your forecasts are gonna be off. I get a turn on a sales call because they're like, this guy's ready to go, this guy wants to do this gal wants to do this, she's already there, she's already this or that. And then you get them on the phone and you realize that you're literally on first base. Like you're not even close to advancing the ball down the field. And so a lot of times if your pipeline's broken, you're really gonna hang on tight to every single deal that you have, and you're gonna try to wish and hope and pray that a deal is really a deal when it ain't a deal. Some people call that wood, right? Those wood leads, right? So missing a deal, if missing a deal hurts, if it burns, if you feel the pain, that's another indicator that your pipeline's broken. Because again, if you had abundance, if you had an abundance of demand, if you had, like you were overflowing with prospects, then you would really easily be able to replace that deal with another one. And I remember losing deals and it would destroy me for a day. Like it would literally, it would break me because I felt this loss and this defeat and, but I was just getting through the quantity piece to find the quality, right? Back to the 2 things that contribute to a strong pipeline, quantity and then quality. So when I lose a customer, as long as I know that I did everything, the product is solid, the company supported them. Like if we did everything right and we didn't drop the ball, then dude, I didn't feel bad if we lost the customer because I knew that we did everything the right way that we should have, and that like you're just not going to make everybody happy. And that's why it's important to have the quality so that you can find the quantity customers. So let's see here. And then number 6, the last one, key indicator that your pipeline is broken is you're underperforming. Like you're underperforming to what you know you're capable of. You're underperforming to what you know your potential is, and it kills you because every day when you leave, you're like, man, this just ain't working. Like it's just, I know I'm not happy with where I'm at and what I'm doing. Before I get into the plan to fix that, let's go to some callers. I know we got a lot of people on the phone, so let's go to caller number 1, and then we got to probably jump into a break. Travis, what's going on? Welcome to the show.
Is this the legendary Jared Glant?
Is this the legendary Travis from Minnesota?
Yes, it is.
Dude.
All right. Well, I had a question for you. I saw on Facebook there that we're supposed to call in with our sales funnel questions.
Yeah.
I'm starting a side hustle. Don't have the money put together yet for like advertisements and campaigns and everything. How do you get your first 1 to 2 clients just to get things kicked off?
Powerbase, brother. You got to go to friends, family, neighbors, relatives, anybody in your community, people that you know, friends, parents, somebody you do business with, your dry cleaner, anybody that you already know. That's the first place that you want to go. You don't want to launch a new product, a new idea, a new service in a place, in a space where nobody knows who you are. Start with the people who know you and trust you. When we get back, we're going to take some more callers. This is Young Hustlers.
Want to learn how to invest in real estate like Grant Cardone, but you don't have the cash to invest yet? Reach out to Chris Root and his team where he will show you how to invest in real estate to build cash without credit or much money by learning how to wholesale real estate. We'll show you the right way to build cash so you can invest in multifamily apartments and other real estate investments like Grant Cardone. Reach out to @ChrisRood Entrepreneur on Facebook now. There's only one company to work for in the smart home industry, Skyline Security. Right now is looking for the best of the Grant Cardone following to join their team and expand financially and professionally. Go to joinskyline.com to register. Labeled by Inc. 5000 as the fastest growing company for the last 2 years in a row, you get to protect families, grow your wealth, and join a team of top producers. Skyline is looking for great people. Go to joinskyline.com. That's joinskyline.com to get started on a brand new 10x career path. Go to joinskyline.com to register.
I've always been a dreamer. I've always had big ideas. Always thought even as a little kid I was going to do big things. I mean, there was no basis, no rationale to my dreams. I've always had a big mouth, always had an opinion for making the moves I want to make for my family, for myself, and to make my dreams a reality. Listen to me, it is easier to be successful than it is to fail in life. Hey, I look forward to seeing you in Miami in July at the Sales Boot Camp, okay? This is going to be a very intimate affair. I look forward to spending some time with you and your team. What are you trying to feed? What you trying to feed? You're trying to feed you first. You got to take care of you first. You can't take care of you first. You can't take care of little girls. If you can't take care of your own self, how are you going to take care of a 6-year-old? You got to move forward, not backwards, okay?
Make calls before the freaking electricity goes down. Let's go. We got tornadoes and we're still making calls.
Sales team, make sure the sales team gets this, okay? I'm driving to the basket like LeBron. I'm taking everybody out in the path, and then I'm like, nah, I'm gonna shoot from outside. Dude, you make the decision. Sales is another word for revenue. It's how to grow a business. It's why businesses fail or make it. And the reason I'm talking to you about that is I am gonna spend 3 days with you in July. My team and I have put together a sales intensive boot camp that I want you to show up at. You talking about $100, you need to be worried about $1 million.
Let's do it.
My man. Hey, this is Grant Cardone, Nick. Thank you for doing business with Grant Cardone Enterprises. Just show up, folks. You ever known someone that got lucky a lot? You know what they did? They showed up. You can't get lucky if you don't show up.
Hey, what's going on? We're back, Young Hustlers. This is it. Every Thursday at noon East Coast Standard Time, we drop in this show. This is a sales show. It's about what you can do to skill up so that you can go out and produce a bit more, get a few more deals, make a little bit more cash so that you can start making some moves down the road here. We're talking about broken sales pipelines today. We just had Travis from Minnesota call. Let's hit another caller. Let's see.
Cool. I got Kay in South Florida.
Hey, Kay, this is Jared. Welcome to the show. Kay hung up.
All right, cool.
Hang up high fives.
In New York.
Steve from New York, what's going on, man?
Hello?
Steve, what's going on?
What's up, buddy? Listen, I wanted to talk to you about the whole quantity versus quality that you mentioned before, and I kind of want to dedicate what I want to talk to you about that. So basically, I started a dropshipping business, right? And it's a pretty good niche because I set up a Facebook and Instagram page for it, and the name of the website is smokehub.com.
Smoke Hub.
The thing is that I don't really have a good pipeline for it. So I wanted to get some insight from you on how I can build a solid customer base that gets the customer repetition. You know, they come back for more, in other words.
Yeah, so after somebody does their initial transaction with you, what can you do to keep them coming back?
Yeah. And how can I get them to spread the word also so I can get more customers, you know, to like my pages?
Okay, so a couple things here. So what you're talking about is how to maximize people that have already come through your pipeline and transacted with you. So this is actually one of the things that I'll talk about in a second here. But you want to make sure that, number one, you are incentivizing people to go out and share it. So like you can use coupon codes, discounts, things of that nature, referral fees, affiliate programs. And then your other question was, how do I get people to keep coming back to buy? You can do the same thing. So like what we do here is when we have people that refer business to us, we offer them a $500 referral fee. So you send us a corporate deal, then we're going to pay you $500 so long as it meets a couple criteria. So we want to incentivize the behavior that we want, right? So we want people to refer us business, so we incentivize it. You want to incentivize people to come back and make a second purchase, incentivize them for it, right? Send out a coupon code, send out a deal, a promo. And then how do you get people to stay more engaged with you? Dude, you continue to bring value to them, right? Like what else can you do besides make somebody an offer that's valuable to them?
Can I answer that real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Now, I've done some research. I've kind of snooped around on my competition. So what I sell is I sell bongs, I sell rigs, I sell everything that has to do with smoking, but I don't sell like, pretty much a wide spectrum of things. But I kind of snoop around the competition, right? And I look at their prices and I compare them to the same exact products that I sell or in the same category of products that I sell. And for something that I sell for like $100 or $130, the competition will sell for $400 or $500, you see? Now, I still make a profit, but I offer such a value that there's no point in offering a coupon code because my stuff is dirt cheap in my store. And I think that that's one of the reasons why people would want to come back. I don't know if it makes sense.
Well, look, and so this is a great example. What he's saying right here is a great example. Price is not the only reason people buy. So that's what I mean by like, hey, you've got to find other ways to add value to the customer. Like whether you're in the business that you're in or you're an insurance agent or you're in the training business, like what are you doing to stay in front of the customer? We send an email out every morning. It's a tip of the day email. You can sign up for it where at the beginning of every single day, Grant sends out an email that's a tip like, hey, this is something you can do to be more impactful in your day-to-day. You can have more success. You can win more deals. You can be a little bit more confident or get some motivation. We do that every day. Why? Because we want to provide value above and beyond just the products that we offer because it keeps people connected to us. So you just have to think about those additional ways because again, money will not be the only decision that people you decide on, right? Like you got to understand that. Typically, while we think price is the number one driver, it's typically third, fourth, or fifth down on the list. So, but that's a good question. Thanks for calling. Let's go to the next caller.
I got Kay again in South Florida.
Kay, South Florida. Kay, how are you?
Yes, I'm doing good.
It's good, good. Thanks for calling. It sounds like you're smiling right now. I like that.
It's smiling and darling.
Love it, love it. What's your question?
Well, yes, my question was, I have a pipeline, and my main thing is just to keep the customers on the books, and it's been hard trying to get them back on the phone, let alone. So my pipeline is strong. So do you think, like, if I go places like to the casino, is it okay for me to try to, like, you know, sync my business card to some people or just build it outside of the
Of course. Of course, everywhere. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I appreciate the call, Kay. I'm gonna answer this now. So dude, I've got a plan for you. If your pipeline's broken, you guys are calling about broken pipelines, I got a plan for you. Here it is right here. The first thing you gotta do to fix a broken pipeline is you have to identify the sources, the sources, the lines that you can have out in the water while you're fishing, right? If you could go fishing with one rod and one pole, one line in the water, or with 10, when do you think you're gonna catch more fish? You got to have all your lines in the water. So here's some lines you can have in the water to help contribute to your pipeline. Number one, past customers. People you've done business with in the past, maybe they're active right now as a customer, maybe they're not. They're a past customer, they've already made a decision on your product. Number two, referrals. This is something you can mine from your existing customers or past satisfied customers, like we talked about with, I believe it was Travis, incentivizing people to come back. So referrals are a great one. Orphaned customers. If you're a salesperson in an organization that has salespeople that are no longer with the company, they did business with people that no longer have a salesperson attached to them. We call them orphans, right? The little orphan customer. Go adopt that customer. Go adopt that customer, take them back over, and see what comes out of it. If nothing else, hey, I'm your new contact here. I want to help you. Anything I can do to provide value, add service. We do it all the time here. Salesperson is no longer with us. They did one deal the 3 months or 4 months that they were here. We put a new salesperson on it. That salesperson adopts that customer. Any sales meetings you need, any additional support you need, I'm going to be your guy. I'm going to be your gal so that we can make sure you crush it with this program. They turn it out to be a really happy, satisfied customer, hopefully recontract, and they can funnel us referral deals. Social networks is a plan to feed your pipeline. Your networks that you already have, your existing relationships, messages that you send out. A lot of people sending messages out on Facebook and LinkedIn and YouTube and Instagram, connecting with people, sending them messages directly through these social platforms. Content creation is a great one to get some lines out in the water. Again, this is all value first. These are all value first activities. Cold calls, great way to fill the pipeline. Pick up the phone, smile and dial, start banging on the numbers on the phone there, making phone calls. Emails and cold emails, right? Text messages, videos, personal visits, networking events, charity events, chamber of commerce events. These are all things that can contribute and feed into the top end of your funnel, right? You don't rely ever on one of these mechanisms. You have to use every single one. If your pipeline is broken and you're not getting the deals you want, you have to get more people in. First, quantity in first, then quality. So do you want to hand cards out at the casino? Yes, because you're looking for quantity and then you're going to find quality. John that I meet at the casino may not be a prospect for my product, okay, but he's like, hey, yeah, there's that guy, I played cards with him in the casino. He was, not my kind of thing. His hair was kind of weird, whatever. But man, I know somebody who might be able to benefit from him, might be able to do business with him, who should meet this guy. So you got to look at every resource that you have available. So that's number one. You got to write down all these potential sources that you have to feed your pipeline, because you got to know what you need to target. After you get your list down, then you need to map out your plan. What part of your day are you going to contribute to each of those activities? So cold calls, emails, voicemails, text messages, videos, social. You've got to plan your day out, because now what you're thinking with is, instead of just relying on the customer to call, or me calling the customer, or sending a message on Facebook or whatever, but messaging people on LinkedIn, I know that's real popular. People want to send 40 or 50 messages a day and they're like, I'm prospecting. You ain't prospecting, man, if you're only using one source. So you've got to find a way to bring all these things together, and it's a lot of activity. So you have to be organized with it, which means you need a plan. What percentage of your day are you going to allocate to each of those? And then comes the hard part. The massive activity, the burn the house down. I mean, the just freaking, you're running around the office like a maniac because you're taking such high levels of activity. This is where most people fail. They don't take enough activity. Grant wrote an entire book about it called the 10X rule. So those are the three things you can do to fix your pipeline immediately. Number one, you have to identify every single source that could feed your pipeline. Number two, you need to map out your plan to get to those contacts. And then number three, you need to crank up the activity and understand that outflow, like the communication that you send out equals inflow, right? If a deal is the return on investment, the activity is the initial investment, right? You want to make a big profit, you want to get a big investment, a big return on your investment, or do you want a tiny one? Because the amount of activity you put in on the front end will determine the size of your return. So you gotta get those three things in place, and you can immediately start working on your pipeline. Let's go back to the phones. Who we got next?
All right, I got Taylor in North Carolina.
Taylor, North Carolina, what's going on? Welcome to the show.
Hey, what's up? My name is Taylor, and I was wondering, how do I create a sense of urgency in my pipeline?
Yeah, well, that's probably one of the problems that most salespeople struggle with, is how to create urgency. And the truth is if the problem is big enough and becomes painful enough to the customer, then they will automatically have urgency. They will build that urgency if we find out what the problem is. We remind them of how painful it is. We remind them how expensive that problem is. Before they know it, they're like, man, I got to do something about this. So like that's one way to do it, is to really dig into their problem. Sometimes what we do to create urgency is we have timelines on deals and things that you have to make a decision on. You know, like the closer we get to the boot camp, if you go to grantcardonebootcamp.com, you'll see that we have a timer clicking down right now because Friday the price is going up. That creates urgency. I got to get in before the price goes up. It's going to go from $39.95 to $45.95. So it's going to cost you $600, $500 if you wait, right? That creates pain, right? So you got to remind the customer of the pain, whether it's the pain of the investment of the money, the pain of the opportunity that they're missing. And those are the types of things that as a salesperson you can do to create more urgency with your customer. That's a great question. Let's go to the next caller.
All right, I got Carlos in Denver.
Carlos from Denver. What's up?
Uncle G.
Hey, yo, what's up, Big C? What's up, Big C?
Not much, man. My name's Carlos, man. I'm 28 years young, and I've been listening to you for a couple of months now. I was listening to the Cardone Zone. I was in the zone, baby, in the zone. But I was listening to a podcast, episode 242, Investing in Real Estate, and I got to thinking, they're working at a disposal company now, average $70,000 a year. And in the 3 years I've been here driving the truck, I've been able to save $28,000. And I got to thinking, instead of having it in my savings account, I said, why don't I call Grant and see how I could blow up those $28,000, man?
Okay, so dude, here's the deal. You need a map. You need a plan, right? And so right now, there's a purpose for me doing this. If you go to grantcardone.com/training, we have literally the best deals of the year on all of our training packages. There's a program in there called Playbook to Millions. The question you're asking me, how do I speed the process up? In the last 3 years, I've saved 28 grand and it's not enough and it didn't come fast enough and I need to get more faster. You have to have a roadmap and a plan. And so it really goes back down to your education about money. That precedes everything when it comes to sales, when it comes to productivity, is you have to educate yourself about money and how important it is, and sort of the basic building blocks and fundamentals, multiple flows of income, stay broke, some of those laws of money that Grant covers. So that program, Playbook to Millions, is going to start with the money conversation, and then it's going to kind of dovetail into the sales piece. So, because really the truth is that the way you do investments quicker and faster is you have to increase your income. It's $70,000 a year. It's going to take you a long time to get to that point where you can start making moves. So you need to focus all of your attention and all of your energy on getting that first flow of income, that 70 grand up to 100, and then 150, and then 200, so that you can start having more opportunities show up on your plate. So that's a good question. Appreciate the call. We're talking about broken pipelines today. We got one more?
Yeah, I got Zach in Michigan.
Zach from Michigan, you're on the show, bro.
Oh, man. What's going on?
What's up, brother? What's your question?
Hey, I just got a new promotion here in my dealership. I got promoted to a finance manager. So now my customers trying to figure out mine now doing the finance portion of it.
You cut out for a second. Repeat your question.
I was going to say, I just got promoted to dealership to a finance manager, so now I still have some existing pipeline customers, but now I kind of, got to find a way to fill up the void.
Man, I'll tell you that I worked in a finance department, and I don't know your business, the company where you work, but I can almost guarantee that if you picked up every deal that you guys had done in the last 3 years and just started making phone calls and told them about products, you'd probably sell product one, and then number two, you're probably going to get people in that want to upgrade their vehicle, maybe lower their payments with little to no money out of pocket. So you're going to find those opportunities. The key thing with pipeline is you got to have activity. So you can either, in a finance office, you can wait for a salesperson to bring you a deal so that you can do the contract, or you can do that and have a stack of old deals that you're calling, trying to find out if they need to, their warranty is expiring and they need to add extended warranty. Maybe they have tire and wheel protection that they need. Maybe they, need a maintenance plan or service plan or whatever. Or maybe their lease is expiring in 6 months and you want to do a special form and get them back in the dealership to get a new car, little to no money down, maybe even lower their payments. So the key is just activity. There's plenty of opportunities for you to call because you probably have a stack of old deals in file cabinets somewhere that, could fill up the entire studio that we're in right now. The key is going to be activity for you. So just stay busy all day, and I think you'll be on track to doing really well. So look, we were talking about sales pipeline today. Just to give you a quick little recap here, 2 really important things for pipeline are going to be quantity and quality. Remember, you're looking for those things first. You're looking for quantity first, you're looking for quality second, but you need to get those things in line and in place before you do anything else, right? Because without quantity, you're not gonna have quality. Without quality, you're not gonna have deals. So your pipeline's broken. If you feel rejection on calls, if you're desperate, if you have wish-a deals or your pipeline reports are just like completely out in left field and your conversion rate's low and your projected pipeline is 3 million and you're only doing 80 grand a month, that's an indicator that your pipeline's broken. If missing deals like kills you, if it ruins your day, then your pipeline is definitely broken. And the last thing you know if your pipeline is broken is that you are every single day regretting the fact that you missed opportunity and that you continue to perform below your potential. Those are all going to be indicators. What do you do about it? Number 1, identify every source of traffic that you can drop into your pipeline. Number 2, plan out your day around contacting and touching each one of those lines throughout your day. And then number 3, apply the massive freaking action formula to go after them. Now, to get to all these prospects, you need to have a pitch, you need to have a presentation, and in less than a month, I guess about a month, July 21st, 22nd, 23rd here in South Florida, we're doing a 3-day boot camp. Grant's going to be speaking there. Victor Antonio's going to be speaking there. I'm going to be speaking there. It's a 3-day event. It's limited to 100 people, so it's not going to be like 3,000 or 4,000 or 8,000 like GrowthCon's going to be this year. It's going to be a very small group. GC's going to be there with lunch. For lunch every day. So we're going to be able to go through and actually get into your business and help you figure out what is the pitch, what is the cold call, what's the cold email look like, what does it read like, what do my follow-up calls sound like. We're going to cover all of that stuff and get you some one-on-one coaching and mentoring so that you can help create the perfect plan for you to freaking load up that pipeline and go big. So that's going to be next month. You can get more information at grantcardonebootcamp.com. Our early bird pricing ends Friday. That means there's, it's Thursday, right? So, dude, it ends tomorrow. So after tomorrow, if you're going to buy your ticket, it's going to cost you $500 more. They're still going to include the rooms. We got an additional room block, but you will have to pay a little bit more. We're just getting kind of down to the wire here. There's only about 30 something spots left, 38 spots left. So make sure you check that out. If you can't make it out here to Florida, totally get it. We do have other options for you. Right now, we have the best deals of the year on our training packages. If you go to grantcardone.com/training, you can pick up a package that can get you started and hopefully get you to the next boot camp that we do. So look, appreciate you guys stopping by the show. It's important that you invest in yourself. It's important that you come to the show every single week so that you can get an extra tip, an extra strategy. Keep focused, keep your game on. And remember, the only people who condemn the hustle or the ones who've already given up on the hustle themselves. We'll see you next week.
Opportunity, it's what we live for. Financial freedom is created from opportunity. At SYMMETRY Financial, we are committed to getting hard workers, talented individuals who love to sell, who love to help others create a strong six-figure income. If you ever wanted to have everything you wanted in life, SYMMETRY Financial holds the key to get you there. We want you, the top talent, the best in the business, to join our team. Sign up now at sfgcareers.biz. That's sfgcareers.biz.
So we'll catch you later.